Happy Saturday, everyone. I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. Have you been looking to try to get your work permit? Or have you been too scared to talk to an attorney or to figure out how to do your immigration documents because you have been told that the only way for you to fix your papers is for you to leave the United States, to go to a consulate, to wait out in your native country, and then hope for permission to re-enter into the country? Obviously, that's a scary proposition. I mean, it is an option for a lot of people, but it's not something that people, especially if you have younger children or if you have family responsibilities, that you really want to do because you're not sure entirely if you're going to be able to come back or how long you're going to be away from your family, which I understand. So I have another option available for you, and it's an option that a lot of people might not know about, but you should know about. You know, the thing is that with every step in education comes power. With every opportunity that you might have or any option that you might explore, you empower yourself to make proper decisions for yourself and for your family. And that is my goal within these Facebook Lives that I do, so that you have all the tools that you need to be able to make the best decision for your family. So let me tell you a couple of things about how you can adjust your status without leaving the United States, and how you can still receive a permit within 6 months, and you can get permission to travel outside of the country so you can go visit your family, and you can get your Social Security card and your driver's license. Sounds good? Hi, Shelly. Happy Saturday. So the things that I'm going to tell you about is something called VAWA. And it's not the most romantic option. I get it. Sometimes it's kind of like a weird option to people. And the reason why is because it's based on family problems or marital problems. What do I mean by that? Well, if you are married to a U.S. citizen or a lawful permanent resident, or you have children who are 21 years and up and who are also citizens, you could qualify for this exception. The reason is that if we can detail experiences that you've had that are quite probably traumatic or very, very disturbing, or have caused you tremendous stress or tension. Now, I know that people have all sorts of issues all throughout their lives, and a family structure is designed in such a way that, you know, as amazing and wonderful as it is, you still have tension within it a lot of times. That tension is something that you and I can explore in a consultation, and we can actually talk in a little bit more detail about whether it qualifies for this exception. The reason why I talk about it as it's not the most romantic option is because obviously it's going to detail some personal issues that you have gone through. Now, what I want you to remember is that your conversation with me is strictly confidential. It is completely private. If you do discuss any of these things with me, they do not leave the confines of my office except in written form sent to USCIS Immigration so that we could get your approval for your VAWA. And then nobody else can ever ask you about it. There will never be a police report. There will be no evidence that we need to submit. You will not have to appear before a judge and discuss this. There will be no record for your child or for your spouse that will affect them with their jobs or their college applications or whatever else it might be. Because obviously, if that was the case, then you wouldn't be so forthcoming and want to share these kind of details with me. So let me give you some examples of what those details can be. In a marriage, for example, if you are feeling controlled, if you are constantly being monitored, if your spouse doesn't like your friends and doesn't allow you to hang out with your friends, doesn't like your family, doesn't want your mom and dad to come over or want you to go visit your parents, for example. It's constantly checking your phone, checking your text messages, wondering where you are all the time. When you leave the house, it's just non-stop calling you to check to see what your whereabouts are. In one case, had a GPS locator on the person's phone so that she could know exactly where her husband was at all times. What if you are going to work all the time and then your spouse doesn't appreciate what you do? Or is telling you to make even more money, more than is even possible for you, despite you working day in and day out? What if somebody is taking money out of your checking account, whether it's a joint checking account or one that's just only in your name, and isn't asking for your blessing or your permission for this, and is using it for things that are not necessary? For example, in one case I had this poor client of mine, he had saved up to about $10,000 that he had specifically set aside for his children, for their education and for some health needs that they had. And his wife went into his account. It was a solo account, but she had authorization to go into it, went into it, drained that account, and then used it on friends and some other very frivolous needs without telling him. And so he came to my office and he said, I have no savings now. I have nothing left. And this was coupled with a whole bunch of other things that were happening throughout their marriage. Those are all things that might qualify you for VAWA. Now, if you're a parent and you have a child who's 21 years and up and who is also a citizen, what are some of those things? Well, your child doesn't respect you or didn't respect you at some point, was rebelling against your rules, was deliberately staying out late when you told them to come home, was bringing in all sorts of friends and different characters into your house, or leaving and not telling you where he or she was going. All of those are opportunities for you to qualify for VAWA. What if your spouse or your child makes fun of you because you have an accent, or doesn't like the way that you speak English, or the fact that you can't speak English at all? What if it makes fun of your religion and says that they don't believe in that religion anymore, or refuses to go to church with you, refuses to attend any social or family events with you? All of these can potentially qualify you for VAWA as well. So as I'm talking, hopefully there is something in there that you're thinking to yourself, whoa, maybe I have an option available that up until now people have told me I have no options. Now the great thing about VAWA is that if you've entered illegally within this country, you still qualify. If you have a DUI, you still qualify. If we have other instances of entries and exits and potential bars that would normally not allow you to, you may still qualify. So I want you to really think about this and really think to yourself, what's holding you back? Why don't you give our office a call so that we can talk to you about it and we can actually see if we can help you. I love doing this because it empowers not only you, but your entire family to make great choices for yourself. And the joy that I see on clients' faces when they hold up their green cards, when they hold up their work permits, when they're finally able to get a driver's license, when they get all the things that they have dreamed of and they just thought they couldn't get, it's immeasurable. So give our office a call, 630-504-0648. I know that there's a lot of chaos in the world right now. I know that in California I have clients that are dealing with wildfires. We have nonstop rain over here. We've got a pandemic going on. We have all sorts of crazy things that are kind of hinging upon our peace of mind. But your immigration status shouldn't be one of them. And the last thing that I will tell you is do this as soon as possible. If you're thinking about this, if you've been watching my videos and you've kind of been thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to give her a call, just know that application fees are going up October 2nd. And the earlier that you can get in, the sooner that we can file these applications. Before that date, October 2nd, we can save thousands of dollars potentially off of application fees. So give our office a call, 630-504-0648. I'm so excited to be able to help you, and I really do enjoy coming on here and giving you this agency so that you can explore these options. Have a great weekend. Bye.